Cut that down. Yeah, man, but we here, man. I wanna start off with this story, man. I seen this from off 79th and May, man. Sad. A young mother lost her life. She went by the nickname of Gabby. Gabby was in the car with her child, and I'm not sure if that was a boyfriend or a family member, but it was another male victim. He was also shot, but Gabby lost her life. I want to take a moment right now to say rest in peace, Gabby. My heart goes out to the family, her child, and all the loved ones. But let's check this out, man. It's been going down in Chicago,
Who
and we need to
fortunately,
really.
Robin, Judy, there was a lot of gunfire at this scene. More than 50 shots were fired based on the number of evidence markers that we're seeing here on the ground. And we are told that there was a baby in the backseat of the victim's vehicle who fortunately was not hurt. The shooting happening around 1:30 this afternoon near 79th and.
I'm not gonna lie, from what it looked like, I don't know. I wasn't there, but from what it sounded like, that lady may have sacrificed herself for her baby, man. And if that's the case, that's the ultimate sacrifice, man. That's the ultimate act of love, man. Rest in peace to that young sister. I hate that happened to her.
May Street in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. Police say a 26-year-old woman and a 27-year-old man were inside a white Chevy sedan when they were hit by gunfire. They then crashed their vehicle into a GMC van. Police say the female victim was shot multiple times and taken in critical condition to Little Company of Mary Hospital. And the male victim, police say, was shot in the buttocks and arm and is in good condition at Christ Hospital. The driver of that van they crashed into refused medical attention. Now, a short time ago, I spoke to the godfather of the woman who was shot, who confirms his goddaughter's infant girl, who is less than a year old, was in the back of the sedan.
And there's a baby in the car. These animals have no value on life. This is nothing.
They don't. They do not respect life these days, and it's going too far to say something about respecting the next man's life because they don't respect their own life. They put their own lives at risk about nothing. Man,
life.
this sad, man.
This is nothing to them. They need to clean this city up. They need to. This gangs and the shooting and the killing is just unbelievable.
They need to clean the city up, but Brandon Johnson, worry about the immigrants, man. Rest in peace to this sister, man. Like I say, it sounds like she may have threw herself over a baby, man. She saved her baby, man. That baby wasn't harmed. Oh man, I'm gonna show y'all something. This is tough to look at, man. But this Chicago, and we really need to start, man. This is sad, man. Y'all look. That's them. They taking a child.
They shot it up. Hey, blood, he did. Who's dead? Hey, blood, from the driver dead, bro. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. We did.
And this truck was sitting here when the shooting went down, and this is the shooting. Man, that's enough of that, man. They even went to when they got in their car, they turned the corner and came and shot some more. That's them that flee in the scene. Man, this shit is out of hand, man. Like I say, man, rest in peace to that sister, man. And I hate that happened to that sister, man. But we also have to talk about responsibility, y'all. So like I say, that brother she was in the car with, I'm pretty sure he was the intended target. We have to start being more aware of the people we're around. We need to move more cautious, more intentional. If you know someone is in the streets, has beef, or is just living risky out here, they out here robbed, they doing foul shit, man. Scamming on, getting down on niggas, doing shit that'll put you in danger, man. Is one thing to put yourself in danger. But man, we got to stop putting these kids in danger like that, man. If you know you dealing with a guy or your little brother, your little cousin, he out in the streets, man, don't let him go on and you go by yourself. But stop getting in the car with these niggas, man. See, it was once upon a time where we had stand-up guys in the streets, and they would tell, hey man, no, I'll be back. They wouldn't put motherfuckers in danger like that. Now, don't get me wrong, there's always been goofies out here, but for the most part, man, niggas ain't out here trying to, hey man, I'll be back. They ain't trying to. They want you to ride. Like, this shit crazy, man. I hate that happened to that lady, man. Rest in peace to Gabby, man. That's sad. So yeah, man, we had that happen out on the south side, man. And then on the west side, we had this jump off. This is on Laramie. Over on Laramie, right off this is right off of Laramie on Chicago Avenue. It's right at the corner of Chicago Avenue and Laramie right here.
No, just hold it real quick.
So I don't know what really jumped off out there. They say somebody got shot. From the reports I've been hearing, somebody got shot over there, man. And it's been going down in the city, man. From the south side to the west side, it's been real aggressive out here, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay safe, man. And just watch how y'all moving out here, man. Cause it's fucked up out here, man. I wanna show y'all another clip. So yesterday, it was another deadly shooting that happened on Roosevelt and Western. And I know some of y'all might be like, man, why is he talking about this? What's going on? Y'all know what made me start doing this? Well, first off, I did it for the information. I want people to be informed about what's going on, of course. But things like this, it was other people that forced me to talk about these shootings and stuff like this, because they know I wouldn't even talk about this. And what forced me to do it is when you get on YouTube, you see niggas from New York, LA, and all over talking about what's going on right here, and they have no clue of what's going on. It's some old nigga, and that's no disrespect to this guy, man. He on YouTube doing this thing. This nigga like 70, bro, over in New York, and he be reporting on all the street news. This man don't know what's going on. So yeah, I feel like somebody from Chicago need to speak. And we need to start shedding light on this stuff, man, and just talking amongst each other, man, and start getting a hold of this before it get out of hand. Because we had a nice year last year. Shooting, the violence was down. All the nonprofits and different groups out here putting in work, and we seeing the results. But coming into this new year, it's like the violence have been ramping up, and we don't need that. So yeah. Yesterday we had a shooting on Roosevelt and Western at the White Castles. 2 men were killed and another man was wounded. I'm not sure if he survived, and I believe he survived. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was crazy, man. I mean, let me play this clip for y'all.
Guys, good evening. Yeah, we're being told that they are not connected. They did, however, happen very close to each other, less than a mile apart. That first shooting, as you mentioned.
So what she talking about, it was 2 shootings, right? And they was less than a mile apart, like she was saying. But they was trying to connect them at the time yesterday. And they found out they wasn't connected. But let's just hear them out.
Happening right here behind me at the White Castle along Roosevelt Road. 2 men were shot and killed. A third person currently in the hospital recovering. Let's give you a closer look here. If you look closely, you can see pretty much the entire perimeter here has been closed off. We have counted at least 40 markers from here. Let's walk you through how this all unfolded. Police say 3 men were sitting inside that vehicle there in the 2300 block of West Roosevelt Road when they were approached by 3 armed men. All of this happening just after 1:20 this afternoon. Investigators say the suspect shot into that white vehicle there. That's when the car caught fire. 2 of the men were killed. A 35-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, and a 48-year-old was taken to Mount Sinai. into that white vehicle there. That's when the car caught fire. 2 of the men were killed. A 35-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, and a 48-year-old was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he later died. That third victim, a 44-year-old man, was shot in the back and taken to Stroger Hospital. We are told that it appears that he is in good condition. Police say the suspects fled the scene and no one is in custody at this time. The second shooting took place at the Wood Street parking structure on South Wood Street, which is less than a mile away from the first shooting. UIC police say a woman visiting UI Health for an appointment was shot and killed.
So
officials say it appears to be related to a domestic dispute. We're told the area has been secured and there is no threat to the campus or community. The northeast section of the 3rd floor of the garage remains closed as part of the investigation.
Yeah, man. So it's been going up in Chicago. Yeah, what makes this story crazy, man, all them shots, man, they blew the car up. They did some video game shit, man. Rest in peace to them people, man. Man, this is fucked up out here, man. We need some resources out here, man. We need to give people some constructive things to do, because this shit is out of hand. Man. I don't know. We got Brandon Johnson out here marching, talking about we don't need no federal agents and shit. Because all I know is when they thought the federal agents was coming, it was real quiet around here. It was real calm in Chicago. I guess what they call it, the calm before the storm. I guess that's what we can call it. But we in here, man. So earlier today, if you tapped into the channel, we was chopping it up about the victim from the R. Kelly case from 2001. You know, she's in her 40s now, and she's comfortable enough to come out and speak her piece. Tell her truth, speak her truth, and get that stuff up off her back, man. And just her coming out speaking and getting this information is deep. So I want to run it back because we was having issues earlier. I was trying to play the clips for y'all. And we're going to run through these clips and just check it out, man, before we get to some of the Chicago history, because I just wanted y'all to get the logistics of what this young child, when she was a child, what she went through. This lady was really grown, man. So I want to get into that. I'm going to add it to the stage. Y'all check this out, man.
And stay with your aunt Sparkle, who I've interviewed before.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the first person to really sort of say, you need to go check over there. Something's not right.
Right.
I think there's something going on that should not be going on.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, you describe social services coming to your home to do a welfare check.
Mm-hmm.
And your parents are shocked. They think perhaps...
So, yeah, I mentioned this earlier.
Maybe she's just jealous because she's no longer associated with R. Kelly. And then obviously 2001, 2002, we're talking about the tape. But why don't you think anyone believed your Aunt Sparkle when she first raised a red flag about a possible inappropriate relationship?
I don't think they believed her because there were no obvious signs of what was actually taking place. It was more coming from her end, maybe looking like a motive from, like you said, not being around him. And those kind of questions or concerns didn't happen until she was no longer a part of, his camp or the things that were taking place.
So yeah, I wanted to replay these clips because that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, she introduced this, talking about Sparkle. Her aunt introduced her to R. Kelly, and she was saying she was around the age of 12 or 13, and she said when she hit around 13, she started telling her to do stuff like sit on his lap and rub his head and shit like that. And I was talking with my old lady about this shit, like, What the fuck they do that at? Who tell a young girl to go sit on some man lap? Like what? That's no nobody. No man. Look, this girl was
You
groomed
know,
all the way
her as an
around.
artist. That's when those questions started to raise.
So yeah, so that's what made me raise the question because she raised the question. Like Sparkle, did she really just start waving red flags because she was booted from the camp? And that's the words of the victim. That's in the words of the victim. I'm not gonna say this lady lying. She ain't got no reason to lie. She's a grown woman right now. She had to live this.
You know,
Niggas be
what are you
trying to save
wearing? This type
face.
of thing. You're confronted with something that's out there, and he's saying the solution is just tell them. I know it looks crazy, but I believe you're my angel, as you refer to in the book. And your dad initially is upset. He's crying. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on.
So this is her explaining the situation about, once stuff started coming to light, R. Kelly said, forget it. Let's just go tell them I'm in love. We in love. And when I heard that, everything that they said about Aaliyah in that situation, it just was confirmed. This is a sick ass nigga, man.
Why wasn't that the moment when you look back where you were not allowed to see R. Kelly anymore, be around him? Take us to why it was so complicated for you and your family and what you said to your parents.
It was very complicated. My dad wanted to make the right decision, and he was not okay with anything that took place. I was more under Robert's brainwash. I was more under his spell, and he utilized me against my parents, making threats of suicide and doing different things out of desperation.
So yeah, man. It's a man. I wouldn't have went for that. Me personally. No. We was gonna press charges and deal with all your mental shit later. His ass was gonna go to jail and get his ass whooped on while we waiting on the police. We'd have had to go on rumble with him, security, because the nigga had some security with him and all of that. It just had to go there, man, because that's some sick shit. And yeah, we gonna deal with your mental health issues after we deal with this. But she gonna further get into it either. She gonna get into it even deeper, and she gonna let us know like what people was coming from because I done had a couple conversations about this, and people like I say, no, I can't agree with that. I would have just had to deal with your mental health after this. He not gonna walk. So yeah, let me get the clip back up for us. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh man, now we can't hear. One second. Technical difficulties. Hmm. We'll come right back and load it back up, man. They be hating on us, but we gonna fight through it. Cause like I say, I want y'all to we actually getting a little clarity from this. I feel like because I was listening to an Angela Yee clip. Ain't that her name? The lady that used to be on the Breakfast Club. Like she say, it just used to be like a stigma around this lady. She say that she was somewhere and the lady was there. And like the lady said, she was like, whenever she's moving around, it's always this That's her, you know, that's that girl from the tape, you know, that's that girl from that R. Kelly tape. So, you know, that's been going on for years. And I'm glad she comfortable enough in her skin to tell her truth, like I said. Because this need to be said because people had their own perception of what was going on. And a lot of us was wrong. And I was one of them. Like I say, I was a kid in 2001. And I always just thought this was just a young, hot teenage girl out here. You know, I was wrong.
You know, what are you wearing? This type of thing. To now, you're confronted with something that's out there, and he's saying the solution is just tell them. I know it looks crazy, but I believe you're my angel, as you refer to in the book. And your dad initially is upset. He's crying. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on.
I'd have been
Why
confused on
wasn't
R.
that the
Kelly
moment
ass.
when you look
I'd
back
have fucked
where
him
you were
up.
not allowed to see R. Kelly anymore, be around him? Take us to why it was so complicated for you and your family and what you said to your parents.
It was very complicated. My dad wanted to make the right decision, and he was not okay with anything that took place. I was more under Robert's brainwash. I was more under his spell, and he utilized me against
She a
my
young
parents,
baby.
making threats of suicide and
Don't hold nothing against yourself, baby sister. That's them people around you, man. Fuck that, man. Your pops crying and shit should have been putting foot to ass. Rest in peace to that man. No disrespect. I get it. He probably was trying to worry about your feelings, but I'd have to worry about your feelings later because I would have spazzed the fuck out.
different things out of desperation to convince them to not turn on him. And because I had been groomed for so long to carry out this mission and also not want that girl on the videotape to be myself, I thought in my little mind that maybe that was the best approach. We felt more protected and had more resources and help through him than taking matters into our own hands with this celebrity and the industry and not wanting to be the people to end R. Kelly and deal with hatred and many things. So, I mean, I'm not here to
She was
sugarcoat any
brainwashed. Her
shortcomings of my
young
parents
mind
or
was
myself, but at the
brainwashed.
time, that's what made us feel the safest.
You
So yeah, man, she was brainwashed, and I feel like that's some conversation she heard those adults around her having as far as the resources and things.
How did you make peace with your parents later? Because that's also something, I mean, even at the beginning of this interview, speaking of dedicating the book to him, and my condolences because I know he passed away in 2021. But how were you able at this age to make peace with everything that's happened and your parents' involvement?
When you become a parent, you have a different way of thinking. But I also look at the other women and the other survivors and the other, people who, he dealt with, who lost total communication with their parents and their families and literally lived everything that he made them think or everything that they made him feel.
Yeah.
So, in a sense of why it might be presented to look a certain way, my parents actually saved me. They're the reason why I'm sitting here today. Because if it had not been for them, if I lost complete communication with them and I was literally living his dreams, his brain, his way of thinking, I don't know where I would be. Mentally, physically, or emotionally.
So yeah, I just wanted to play that little clip because again, she kind of making a point. We seen the surviving R. Kelly documentaries. We seen them other chicks. We seen what happened when he was able to totally disconnect them from their family. It makes me think about that situation again. Like, Man, I said earlier, I might have to try to separate the man from the music, because like I say, I listen to R. Kelly damn near every day. I ain't played no R. Kelly all day. I ain't played R. Kelly in the last couple days. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard to even listen to the music after that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm here. Yeah, man, it's hard to listen to the music after that.
How did you make peace? Your parents live.
That's the wrong. Let's see.
It was a battle internally for me to fully, let go of somebody that I had been groomed into fully being dependent upon.
In March of that same year, so shortly after the R. Kelly docuseries comes out on Lifetime, Gayle King sat down with him and the two women that he was in a relationship with at the time. Did you happen to see that?
I did.
When you saw him react in the way that he did about this, you're trying to take my life, and I thought about playing that for you, but I don't even want you to have to see him because I think it's not necessary. But when you saw that version of him, as you talk about, it wasn't like this all the time. But did you feel for him, or did you think he's going down and he's scared?
Well, first I thought it was very Broadway of him to act like that. That was very normal for him to have that.
Say that was normal of this nigga to act like that. So he was known to throw fits and get theatrical and shit. She even said it when she was talking about her father. She said when he came and the tape was coming out and they found out what was really going on, you couldn't deny it now. This nigga got to talking about we in love and all this, all that theatrical shit. I really love her.
And when I heard those girls speak, I knew exactly who was talking through them. I knew exactly what mission they had, the convincing, the firmness, everything that I had been trained and groomed to do. I read right in between that.
That's what made me say what I just said.
In that moment,
made me look at them, the surviving R. Kelly chicks, the chicks from the documentary. What was really up with that? Well, and them parents seemed weird. They damn this. One of them parents seemed like they damn this sold they kid to the R. Kelly until they could. It wasn't a problem until they couldn't go on the trips and shit no more. But the kid had became of age by that time, and it was too late. Man, R. Kelly, man, you fucked up, bro.
I did not feel sorry for him at all. I felt like you still don't get it. You're still convincing yourself of all the lies that you are, bleeding into everyone else. And I knew exactly what took place was getting ready to happen. And
she said she knew it. She knew he was gonna get cooked. Yeah, well, we all knew he was finna get cooked though. When it came back around, we all knew he was finna get cooked because it had that OJ vibe. You got off. He's supposed to went to jail in 2008. He got away. They got him. It had that vibe.
Understand what that's like to be you and in that position. Help folks understand this, you say the cognitive dissonance, but also this back and forth dance of trying to tell yourself, I'm good, I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's why we're cool. Almost like you almost have to have that power too to say, you don't have power over me because see, look, we're good. You can text me and I'll text you back.
That is very true. And what I will say about that is not everything about Robert was terrible, even though it was that way most of the time. Not everything about him. This was a person that I did feel like I loved and I grew into loving. And he was.
Text me and I'll text you back. Tell yourself, I'm good, I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's why we're cool. Almost like you almost have doing.
That I had been
back and forth, even with
way most of the time. Not everything about him. This was a person that I did feel like I loved and I grew into loving. and he was family in some areas. Not everything about him was terrible. The moments were, though, very frequently. But it was just a battle of me convincing myself, like, I made it out. I'm good now. I can be cool with him. I can see him with other women. I tried to maintain whatever friendship. I still loved his children. And, you know, honestly, I cared about.
And we can't fault her. So it's probably somebody that see this clip and be like, what? What do you mean? What he did? No. Man, this was somebody, you could damn near say she was raised in that environment. So that's how she was raised in that. She come of age. When she came of age, when she got to the age where she supposed to start liking boys and things of that nature, unfortunately, there was a fucking creep ass old man around and fucked her little childhood up, man. So that's not her fault. So what she's saying right now is not her fault. And I'm glad she putting this out here. Like, it was a norm to her. Everybody was silent. He was paying the bills for X amount of years and all of that.
His well-being, even outside of just, you know, like everything that was happening. So it was a battle internally for me to fully, you know, let go of somebody that I had been groomed into fully being dependent upon.
In March of that same year, so shortly after the R. Kelly docuseries comes out on Lifetime, Gayle King sat down with him and the two women that he was.
So yeah, man. I just wanted to bring them clips back up because it was tripping on us earlier. And I know, you know, we can get an understanding, man. And I just wanted to shout out and y'all check that book out, man. Who's Watching Shorty? Y'all get y'all a copy. I'm gonna give me a copy, man. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna show y'all when I get my copy around here. That's a good read, man. It sounds like it's gonna be a good read. That woman been through a lot, and I hate she had to go through what she went through, and I hate that people had made their own narrative, should I say? Because, like I say, I was one of them. Yeah, man, we gonna move on. We gonna chop it up. We gonna get into some Chicago history, right? Man, shout out to my brother, Six Figure Dilla. Y'all follow him on the IG, man. And y'all check him out on Sundays on WGN. Sunday evening, man. And this brother, he goes around Chicago, breaks down Black Chicago, man. He one of the coldest, man. I can't skip his content. That's why, like, it's hard for me not to, you know, put y'all on. I want y'all to be on like I'm on. So let's check out Dilla, man.
Break this down for us.
And that was sort of intentional. So the Harlem Globe.
Break this down for us.
And that was sort of intentional. So the Harlem Globetrotters started off as the Savoy Big Five. They're 5 graduates from Wendell Phillips High School. They started playing at the Savoy Ballroom, also the Giles Armory. And anyway, they were playing one day at the Savoy Ballroom, and this North Sider by the name of Abe Saperstein saw them. They used to challenge the audience, right? They would say, we could beat anybody in the audience with 5 passes and 5 dribbles only. This is all the way back in 1926. This is also their 100th.
So who knew something like that? Who knew that the Harlem Globetrotters originated around this way? See, it'll be little stuff like that, bro. Be coming through with the information, and I like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. He be coming through with the information, man. Shout out to Dilla, man. I'm gonna let the video play though. I'm sorry, y'all. I should never pause it.
Anniversary. Anyway, Abe Saperstein starred. He decided to take him on the road, but he took Chicago out of the name because he didn't want you to think that Al Capone owned the team. So he named them Harlem so that you also know that it was a solidly black team.
So the Harlem Globetrotters are nothing but a rebrand.
It's a rebrand.
It's a rebrand. Yeah. So were they doing all the, so that you mentioned 5 passes?
Yeah, Martin Luther King told y'all, man. So Black Chicago go.
They doing all the like.
Yeah, I don't know if they were going behind their back yet or shooting half-court shots, but that was their stick, right? They would challenge anybody in the audience, get 5 people out the audience, and we will beat you to a score of 5 only dribbling 5 times and only passing 5 times.
That is fascinating. I had no idea the Harlem Globetrotters is actually a Chicago-based kind of root story.
Yes.
All right. You also tell us all D9 chapters have origins in Chicago. We're talking about the Divine Nine here.
Absolutely.
For those unfamiliar with the Divine Nine, tell us what they are and about their Chicago roots.
Shout out you, man. I know who you was hanging out with in college, so shout out you, Brother Anthony. But so yeah, we refer to the Divine Nine, right? It's 9 historically black fraternities and sororities. I'm a member of one, and they mostly start in HBCUs. A few start in Indiana, but every one of them have very early chapters here in Chicago, because Chicago was maybe one of the only American cities where after you graduated from Howard, you actually come find real employment. Many of them came to study at the University of Chicago, and in fact, Alpha Kappa Alpha's headquarters is on Stony Island right now.
You have Greek letters in the bio of your Instagram.
Yes.
You and your wife. So with regard to like just how important, that obviously carries a lot of importance to you to this day, well after college. So
yeah, so
run me through why.
That's the difference, right? For most traditional fraternities, it ends at college, but for historically black fraternities and sororities, it's a lifelong organization. So Jesse Jackson's my fraternity brother, Shaquille O'Neal's my fraternity brother, Michael Jordan.
I just gotta pause it. Y'all see the socks hat, right? It's a Chicago shit, right? Some people you will never see with a Cubs hat on. Some people you will never see with a White Sox hat on. It's just like that around here.
And we're much still actively participating in the fraternity via service, and some with a graduate chapter where we do food programming and educational. And my wife she'll make me say she's in the best sorority. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta, and she's very active as well.
Okay, that's fascinating. That's so cool that it's like just not for college days alone. It's a lifelong thing.
Lifelong.
Okay. While we have you here, I also want to ask you about another Chicago African-American first, and we're talking about Michelle Clark, the first black lady on-air personality. Who is Michelle Clark?
Well, there's a high school name for Michelle Clark in the Austin neighborhood, right off of Laramie, that many people may know. But Michelle Clark, she grew up in, she would have grew up in Cicero, but her family was bombed out because they were black trying to move into Cicero in the 1950s. And the way that
yeah, y'all hear that? Cicero, been Cicero. It ain't nothing new in Cicero. It's the same Cicero that later threw bricks and bottles at Dr. Martin Luther King when he marched there. That's the same Cicero all the way up until, man, it's still racist to a certain extent because they transferred, exchanged power. It went from white to Hispanics. And like I told y'all in a couple episodes, I've been said it many a time. The Hispanics, back during the Civil Rights Movement, when we was fighting for equal rights, they fought for the right to be considered white. I'm sorry, white. So, yeah, they changed the guards over there in Cicero from white to Hispanic. And, it was bad. You couldn't even drive through Cicero, Illinois, and being black for years. Like, it's just now where you could drive through there halfway. Man, you used to drive through Cicero and black, man, you going to jail. That was known. So, yeah, man, it's the same Cicero. And in the 1950s, they bombed Michelle Clark family home.
Media reported it almost made it seem like it was the family's fault for daring to move into Cicero. And so she took that and decided.
And it's the same damn media. Did y'all just hear what he said, man? We talking about the 50s. I'm going to just let him go and play out, man.
That she was to move into Cicero. And so she took that and decided that she was going to change the narrative, and she becomes one of the first African-American on-air personalities. And actually, tragically, she died in that 1972 Midway plane crash that also killed Congressman George Collins. And I hear she was getting ready to break Watergate, but the plane crashed.
Fascinating background here. Before we let you go, we got one more person that we want to hear about, and that is the first.
Man, shout out to Michelle Clark. Rest in peace. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. Now, who's to say she died on a plane crash in 72? Yeah, so when we talk about Chicago, we can't only talk about the pain. We also talk about the people who have fought, built, and left something behind. Yeah, so let Dilla run it down.
Man to appear on the cover of Forbes magazine was a Chicago. And who was this?
Oh, that's John H. Johnson. That's my main man. We're not too far from the building he helps erect. He's the first black man to build a high-rise in downtown Chicago. The Johnson and Ebony and Jet.
So yeah, that's the Ebony and Jet building. It's still downtown. We got things around here that's there that we put there. Don't let them people ever let us feel like we know other. Man, we got things right here downtown Chicago that our FBA bread built. Come on, man, stop playing with us. Shout out to Dilla. I got another clip. I want y'all to check this one out, man.
In the 1936 Olympics in Germany, man, he like set the tone right at a time where Germany thought, and a lot of the world thought that in the 1936 Olympics in Germany, man, he like set the tone right at a time where Germany thought, and a lot of the world thought that white men were more superior in everything, smarts, athleticism, you name it. And then he go there and he wins. He comes back home to Ohio where he was originally from. They threw him a banquet for winning the gold medal, but because it was the 1930s, he had to go through the back door of his own party. And so he was friends with this guy named Ralph Metcalf, who's an amazing Chicagoan. And Ralph was like, man, you need to come to Chicago. You ain't got to be taking all that stuff from these racist people. We got our own thing in Bronzeville. Right. And so Jesse Owens moves to Chicago, becomes a sports writer for the Chicago Defender, and I'm like humbly proud. My great grandfather rented him an apartment, man, helped him get his first apartment when he came to Chicago on King Drive. So much Chicago history can be found in places like this, and I think we owe it to people like this every now and again to pull up and just show your respect.
So this is, you know, in your previous video, you was talking about when Bronzeville was a Jewish neighborhood, and this kind of proves that point. Because look, you see Stars of David, you see Yiddish, you see Hebrew. Everything on the other side of this gate is the Jewish section of Oakwood Cemetery. You have to be Jewish.
Yeah, man. It froze on us 1 second, y'all. My bad. Let me get it back up there for us, though. So yeah, man, he's showing y'all our history we got around here, man, because Jesse Owens ended up dying here in Chicago, ended up being buried here in Chicago because they ran him up out of Ohio. Middle American, them honkies. Excuse my French. Yeah, but let me pull that back up for us. I'm sorry. Get that up for us right now, y'all. I'm gonna start it from the top too. Alright, here we go. Hope the volume and everything is straight. Alright, here we go. Technical issues. Hold on, y'all. You might as well deal with it now. I got a couple more clips I want to play for y'all. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to collab, man. See if I can get Dilla on the west side, man. Do some content. I gotta refresh this for us, y'all. I'm gonna refresh it because I want to make sure we be able to see and hear. I don't want to just have the footage up there playing and we can't hear that. It defeat the purpose. So I'm gonna make sure we be able to have audio and visuals. Once I get that up, we good to go. All right, let's see. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, see, they got us all messed up. All right. Now let's try to get this clip back going. This should be it right here. All right, hopefully we got it, y'all.
In the 1936 Olympics in Germany, man, he like set the tone right at a time where Germany thought, and a lot of the world thought that white men were more superior in everything, smarts, athleticism, you name it. And he go there and he wins. He comes back home to Ohio where he was originally from. They threw him a banquet for winning the gold medal, but because it was the 1930s, he had to go through the back door of his own party. And so he was friends with this guy named Ralph Metcalf, who's an amazing Chicagoan. And Ralph was like, man, you need to come to Chicago. You ain't got to be taking all that stuff from these racist people. We got our own thing in Bronzeville. Right. And so Jesse Owens moves to Chicago, becomes a sports writer for the Chicago Defender. And I'm like humbly proud. My great-grandfather rented him an apartment, man, helped him get his first apartment when he came to Chicago on King Drive. So much Chicago history can be found in places like this, and I think we owe it to people like this every now and again to pull up and just show your respect.
So this is, you know, in your previous video, you was talking when Bronzeville was a Jewish neighborhood, and this kind of proves that point. Because look, you see Stars of David, you see Yiddish, you see Hebrew. Everything on the other side of this gate is the Jewish section of Oakwood Cemetery. You have to be Jewish to tend to the graves.
Ida B. Wells, her married name was Ida B. Wells Barnett. She's married to Ferdinand Barnett. Right. He's about the fourth black person ever to pass the bar in the state of Illinois. He starts Chicago's oldest black newspaper, the Chicago Conservative. She's one of the founders of the NAACP. Starts the first black kindergarten, black kids here in Chicago. She definitely a staunch reason why women got the right to vote. Very much involved in the women's rights. Probably one of the first black women to attend the presidential nominating campaign.
She stayed in Bronzeville, correct?
Yeah, her address was 3634 South King Drive.
Mayor Harold Washington, who's Chicago's first black mayor. And a lot of people forget about the other amazing stuff he did. He's a United States congressman. He's an Illinois state senator. He's an Illinois state representative. He was advocating to legalize marijuana in the 70s because he's seen how nickel bags of weed was targeting us. Super personal for me because my dad used to work on his bodyguard details. I've actually had a chance to meet Brother Harold a few times.
You said your dad was a cop, right?
Yeah.
This is the future.
Right? And there's no shade, no
of
disrespect. Because they probably trick bag him at the time. He ain't understand the capacity of what he did. But he is the mayor that signed the sanctuary city law into Chicago, Harold Washington. But that is our first black mayor. And you know, that's like I say, they probably tricked that man under pretense of something else. For real. He didn't know what he was doing.
Roland Burris, who's very much alive today. He's actually the nephew of Mahalia Jackson. Mahalia Jackson, of course, invents gospel music. Roland Burris, August 3rd, 1937. No.
That man got he got a bag. He's still alive. They say Mahalia Jackson nephew or something like that. He got a mausoleum built out there. He's still living.
No death, and that's Roland Burris.
There it is.
That's insane. So
I'm trying to have that kind of money. Next time.
Can't take it with you. Shout out to Dilla, man. Y'all make sure y'all get that info.
1936.
This on Instagram, man. This six-figure Dilla, man. Like I say, y'all shoot him a follow. Check him out on WGN Sunday nights. Man, this is a cold segment, man. I like this. Like I say, I can't pass his content. When I see his content, I stop, man, because you gonna learn something. You gonna learn something you ain't know. Yo. So yeah, man. this. Right. So for this last topic, I want to address something that I've been seeing circulating online. And y'all see who on the screen. NLE Chopper and Blueface. Now this NLE Chopper guy, man, making fun of this man's child who has a disability. And I'm gonna say this clearly. This shit ain't funny, bro. This guy's a fucking cornball, bro. One day you dressed up like Michael Jackson. One day you dressed up like Tupac. One day you want to beef with Young Boy. One day you want to beef with this nigga Blueface. Bro, you a clown. Like, don't nobody play with nobody kids, first off. And people don't play with the disabled. This nigga must be from another culture or something. He ain't FBA or something, because we don't get down like that, bro. Like, that's some clown shit. But y'all check this clip out, man. This nigga want to go viral. He want attention. He one of those. But check him out, man.
Because we know you owe $23 million to that club, for one. And you owe another $100,000 to Soulja Boy, baby mama. So your goal is to get me to fight you to help pay off your debt. Okay, cool. I understand that, right? So that's my reason to not fight you. Because I ain't finna help you pay your debt, but I got a better proposition for you, nigga. How about this? Take your son and stand him beside my son, and let's see which one of them motherfuckers know how to operate. Let's see, hey, hold your son beside my son. Let's see which one of them can hold their head up. Fuck, nigga. How about that? Yeah, nigga. Put your son beside my son. Let's see them bark, nigga. Let's see them slap box, nigga. Put your son beside my son. Let's see who can hold their fingers up to their motherfucking nose, nigga. What about that? Yeah, Charles Barkley. Put your hand up, nigga. Take a step, Charles. Yeah. What's up with your son, nigga? Pussy, nigga, handle me in the streets, nigga. Y'all keep playing with me. I ain't playing. So you think this shit funny, gang?
Blueface told him, come on, let's get in the ring and box, right? Make some bread. But what this nigga might have just did, he might have just fucked up and opened up a door. He gonna get his ass. Blueface might run up on him when he see him. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you might pick the right one this time.
It's an entertainment.
Blueface might
I'm dead serious, nigga.
You, bro.
Put your son beside my son, nigga. Put little Charles Barkley beside Chosen Icon.
Shit, bro.
Yeah,
talking
nigga.
About, yeah, put your son.
Your priority fucked up. Go worry about little cripple, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
You a clown.
Yeah, I'm out of pocket, ain't it?
You a clown. That's what you is.
Me, boy. I'm out of pocket, man. Yeah, I'm too out of pocket. Handle me the right way, homie.
Oh.
About helping you pay your debt, nigga. You owe $23 million to Las Vegas because you...
Didn't they say this nigga's a zest monster or something? This dumbass dude.
Man, you... Come on, cuz. You did some peon shit. Now you gotta pay for it. You trying to box me to help your debt, nigga. I'm bread it up, pussy.
I think
stand your son beside my son, now. Pay that $100,000. Catch you little.
Beat you up.
Man, nigga, catch you a little slow. Catch you a little slow and kick dust from that nigga, pussy.
But the crazy part is this. He might not even have to worry about Blueface. Krishan might fuck you up if she catch you first. Man, she'll beat you up. She gonna beat your ass.
10 in young nigga, stand up. You worry about the wrong shit.
Krishan to whoop this nigga.
You on Twitch playing.
This nigga a little mama.
Having a financial crisis, nigga. Fuck how I did it, crisis, nigga. You want to come at me every day because you need somebody to entertain you so you get some money on. You will never pay it back, nigga. Show me $23 million right now, nigga.
You want to be.
Show me $23 million,
somebody
nigga.
Different.
Yeah, show me that, nigga.
Talking about somebody fucking kids.
Talking about some boxing. Talking about some DLE. Yeah, but show me $23 million, nigga.
Man, you ain't.
Cause you stupid.
Shut your dumb ass up. Get this guy out of here. Pack that nigga up. Shout out to the nigga that be talking about pack these niggas up and shit. I don't know the nigga name, but shout out to him, man. Yeah, man, I had to get that clown off the screen, man. I don't know what the hell he talking about, man. You sitting up talking about people, kids, and all that nonsense, man. That ain't the move. Not at all. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Chicago, let's get it together, man. I ain't gonna lie, I came into this new year. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling like growth. I'm feeling like, man, there's some opportunity ahead. I don't know where it's, man, I feel like it's there. I'm touching it. You know, you ever had that feeling? You just know something. You on the brinks or something. I just feel like that, man. I hate it's the new year and we just now making it to February. We made it to the beginning of February and we done had all this violence. Man, let's check ourselves, man. Man, let's get this shit lined up and in order, man. Niggas all on Facebook and all this. They finna paint the city this color, that color. Y'all, man, I get it, man. Motherfuckers hurt. We all lost loved ones, and we see what's going on, man. Still losing them in the streets. But man, we gotta pick a better solution for this, cause ain't nobody winning. Thank God that baby didn't lose her life today, but that baby lost her mother. Man, rest in peace to everybody that lost their life in the last couple days in Chicago. Come on, Chicago, put the guns down, man. Let's build around here, man. Bring Chi-Town back. I'm gonna start. That's my slogan. I'm gonna start that, man. Let's bring Chi-Town back. Yeah, man. But we out, man. We gonna call it one. And that's like I say, thank y'all again for tuning in, man. Like, share, subscribe. It's Dun 773 TV. And you in the place to be. Church, we out.